Hi, my name is Erica Amakuchi and welcome to vlog number 3 for IAH 207. So I'd like to begin with discussing the gentrification of the mind. Today I will be discussing how gentrification has affected not only minority groups but how us as a culture view and experience the arts as a whole. So I'd like to start off by talking about how gentrification has impacted artists and the art community. And Shulman puts this really well. On page 82, she says, "Under gentrification, what is possible for young artists, hence how they see themselves, is dramatically different. They cannot afford to live or work. They are faced with conformity of aesthetics and values in their neighborhood. Conventional bourgeoisie behavior becomes a requirement for surviving socially, developing professionally, and earning a living. By necessity, their goals are altered." Now that leaves us with the question, what would have happened, what could art have been, had their goals not been altered or forced to be changed by the common society? Had gentrification not taken place and all of those people not moved into their area, what would have happened to those artists? I believe that the alteration of their goals in order to fit the common mass media, in order to get published, in order to get money, in order to get hired, I believe that that has dramatically changed what we view art as today. Throughout the 4th chapter of the book, the author discusses people she knew in real life, real artists that never got the recognition they deserved or they didn't get recognized until after they were dead. And those people could have had such a huge impact on the art community as a whole, but because of the stigmatization of AIDS and of minority and the impact of gentrification on minority groups, those people never got the recognition they deserved. Therefore, their art never made it into mainstream society, drastically impacting what art is today. So another way that gentrification impacted the art community is the Masters of Fine Arts degree and the exclusivity of this degree. Now, as we know, college is expensive, and that has been true for a long time. And who can afford college? The rich people, the upper class, the people who have already pushed all the artists and the minority groups and the low-income people out of their homes. Those are the people who can afford the Masters of Fine Arts degrees. Putting the Masters in Fine Arts degree into society or into place, that made it so that you kind of had to have this degree to get hired, which made it even harder for lower income people and minority groups to get their art out there into mainstream society. So this process, the Masters of Fine Arts degree integration into society, effectively took the large group of artists out there and squeezed them down to the ones who could afford the education, who could afford the degree, and it severely cut down on the diversity. And then on top of that, in the program, they kind of force-fed them or only exposed them to a small portion of what the art actually out there was, in effect creating less diversity in the art community. And Shulman kind of further explains this point by saying, "These developments gentrify cultural production, homogenize what kinds of artists and artwork win approval, and further alienate the rest of the population from having a real shot. We will never be able to get back the art that we lost, but perhaps we can learn from our mistakes, and in the future we can act to try and not do this." But Shulman is trying throughout her work and throughout her efforts in her different organizations to bring justice to those who were not able to bring justice to themselves. I thought it was really heartwarming how Shulman talked about her own efforts to help mitigate the cost of a Masters of Fine Arts degree by actually teaching her own $40 class where she teaches some of the same skills, but without the huge cost. I thought that was really sweet of her, and I like how she talked about the problem and then she talked about what she's personally doing to fix it. So I wanted to wrap up by asking you guys a question. Maybe someone could answer it in one of their vlogs, and it's actually going to be about Angels in America, which we'll cover more in depth in the next vlog video, but I really want to dedicate this video to just the gentrification of the mind because I had so much to say about it. And my question is, what do you think the writer is trying to convey to us by including all of those depictions of, I don't know if they're ghosts or what, it's kind of like those characters in A Christmas Carol that come back to haunt Scrooge. What do you think that the point of including those characters are? Because I know some of them come to Pryor and some of them come to some other characters, and I just want to know what you guys think of those or what role they play in the story. So that's about it. I'll see you next time.